Hey guys, so nowadays a lot of people have started learning data science. So there are a lot of questions that come in. So the first question is from where to start. So should we directly move to learning NumPy and pandas and then move to creation of ML models and then training of ML models, right? No. The first thing is that we should learn is stats. So the stats is the important concept when you are learning data science or when you are diving into the field of data science. Why I'm saying that? Because a lot of concepts that are present in the data science are revolving around the statistics concepts, right? So what is stats, right? So statistics is the mathematics, basically the branch of mathematics that involves collecting, organizing, and analyzing the data. So it has tools and techniques to make a sense out of large amount of data or information that is available to you and extract meaningful insights from it, right? So it is branch that involves collecting, organizing, and analyzing. Why I'm saying that? Because whenever you get a data, what do? You clean your data and then you analyze your data. You bring all the informational insights from it, right? Meaningful insights from that data. So whatever the tools and techniques are present in stats, you use those techniques in it, right? Now, when it comes to stats, there are two types of stats. One is descriptive and the other is inferential. So, descriptive stats, as the name suggests, it consists of organizing and summarizing the data. So, whenever you're working on in the field of data analysis, for example, you are data analyst at a particular company and you are working on a particular data. So, what you will do? Firstly, from some database, you will collect all the data, so data from that database, and what you will do, you will organize the data. And for example, if you're working with Panda, you will organize your data in a data frame, right? From a CSV format, if you have a CSV format, right? Then you will import that CSV and then you will import it in a data form, in a data frame, right? And then what you will do, you will create some info, you will bring some insights from it, right? You will summarize the data. For example, if there are some columns, for example, there's a column called gender. So you will see that there is a two types of categories, that is male and female. How much count is there for male, how much count is there for female, right? And then there's an age group, so how many data are null, what is the average. So these all the information that you are trying to bring out, these comes under the descriptive stats, right? The other one is inferential stats. As the name suggests, we are trying to bring out some inference from the data, right? So whenever we are using this inferential stats techniques, so we are trying to bring out some inference from the data. Okay, so technique is basically used when we have something, some conclusion to come out, right? So whenever we wanted to have some conclusion out of a data, we use this inferential stats. So now, what all are involved, techniques involved in this descriptive stats? So one is measure of central tendency, measure of dispersion, right? So in measure of central tendency, you know mean, median, and mode, right? Mean, median, and mode, right? And measure of dispersion. So dispersion means that from what value is your data deviating, right? So from the name suggests, we know that we have a standard deviation and variance, right? So the sample data is deviating, right? So we have, for example, we have a large amount of data. We have formulated some information out of it. We have plot the graph also from that data, and now we have some input, right? So we wanted to see whether from what value is this deviating. The new input is deviating from that sample data, right? Now these are standard deviation and variance are the measure of dispersion. Then we wanted to summarize the data. For that, what we do, is we have these things first: mean, median, mode, and then standard deviation and variance. Then we have permutation. We can calculate the permutation. We can and combinations, right? Then we have probability, right? Then we have probability distribution function, cumulative distribution function. So these all things comes under when we wanted to summarize the data and plot it, right? Then also we have some distributions that are involved here, right? So in future videos we will see what types of distributions are used when, but now we will see what are the categories out of it. One is Gaussian distribution, okay. Then it is binomial, then log normal, okay. Then comes Bernoulli. I guess you would have heard these terms in maths in your class 12th or 11th, right? And then comes power law, right? Then comes standard normal distribution, uh, and other one is QQ plot is there. Yeah. So these are some important plots that we used, right? Distributions basically we use to get some basically descriptive information out of our sample data. So whatever the data we have, we do these distributions to get some information out of it. And basically each distribution have some info associated to it. For example, basically if you know astrology, numerology, or say this thing, so like every part of your body, or for example, every like how is your nose, how is your face, how is your eyes, so everything depicts some information about your personality, right? So similar thing, this distribution is like, so this distribution predicts some information about your data. So whatever the distribution is, it will tell some information about the data, right? And then we have inferential stats. Inferential stats, we have Z test, chi square test, right? Then we have T test, P test, ANOVA test. These are tests we will discuss in future videos, but I'm just telling you the names of these tests for now. Then we have hypothesis testing. We do. So in this we have two types of error, type 1 and type 2, right? Then we have something called confidence intervals, right? Then we have Z table, which is basically using in this hypothesis testing and confidence interval whenever we are trying to get some value out of it. So basically, these are some techniques used in inferential stats, right? So this is just a basic understanding of what is stats, what are the categories of stats, okay, and what are techniques involved in descriptive stats and this inferential stats, right?